Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Monday, May 15, 2023. Government will be allocating another $1 billion in the 2024-25 fiscal year to support the development of small, community-based municipal water projects. This is in addition to the $7 billion worth of water projects planned for this fiscal year. The announcement was made by Prime Minister Andrew Holness in Parliament last week. Mr. Holness says the Minister with responsibility for water, Senator Matthew Samuda, will be contacting rural members of Parliament who have small projects.
This will include the entombments that communities would put up to, create a little embankment of water in a river, to rehabilitate tanks that are in communities that may have fallen into disrepair, to build catchment areas, and to put in small pumping areas.
Mr. Holness adds that while the money will be available next year, the work to implement the project starts now.
You have to select the project, you have to do the engineering, you have to do the procurement of the materials. By the time all of that is done, you are in the next budget cycle ready for implementation. And of course, even though these are small projects, many of them would still have to go through the public investment assessment process. So we have to start now.
Meanwhile, Mr. Holness is encouraging Jamaicans to conserve water in light of the ongoing meteorological drought affecting the island. $10 million will be spent this financial year to strengthen the country's cybersecurity framework. That announcement comes from the Minister of Science, Energy and Technology, Daryl Vaz. Pointing out that the prevalence of cyber attacks is one of the greatest existential threats, he explains that the global outlook sees associated costs rising as high as $8 trillion. In light of that, the technology minister says government must do what it can to form a bastion of cyber support around the nation.
Commencing in the financial year, the ministry will be allocated a sum of $6.5 million in loans and $3.5 million in grants through a project jointly funded by the IDB and USAID to strengthen Jamaica's cybersecurity framework. In addition, through technical cooperation, it is anticipated that the country could benefit from an additional $500,000 for cybersecurity policy and legislation.
Mr. Vaz reveals that the budgetary allocation for the Jamaica Cyber Incident Response Team, JASERT, has been increased by $20 million.
This increased allocation will ensure that the following operational objectives are implemented: a coordination of public-private partnerships, focus on identification, analysis, and mitigation of risk from cyber and physical threats to internet-facing resources, national critical information and infrastructure, and national critical infrastructure.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness is spending 31% more than last fiscal year on capital health projects. The 2023 expenditure is $6.4 billion, and Portfolio Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says this significant increase represents government's continued commitment to upgrading Jamaica's health infrastructure. During his recent sectoral presentation in Parliament, Dr. Tufton said this included the 250-bed Western Child and Adolescent Hospital that has advanced to the 5th floor. $450 million has so far been spent through grant funding from the People's Republic of China.
The Spanish Town Hospital, long overdue for major overhaul, Madam Speaker, is scheduled to break ground on July 2023 at a contract price of some $6.4 billion to be spent over the next 2 years.
In addition, rehabilitation work on the Cornwall Regional Hospital, which has an associated cost of $14 billion, has reached its third and final phase.
Final phase will commence in a month or two. There's a $14 billion expenditure associated with that, and that means the internals, and we expect that we will begin to reoccupy the main building by the end of this year.
The Phase 3 contract work is expected to be completed in 2024. Meanwhile, work to reroute the Ring Road and clear the site for a new state-of-the-art 7-story building at the University Hospital of the West Indies is to be completed soon.
We have gone to tender. I understand that that process will be completed soon for reworking the Ring Road, expanding it, clearing the site for a greenfield building valued at some $30 million.
Jamaica will chair the Council for Foreign and Community Relations, COFCOR, of CARICOM for 1 year starting this month. Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Minister Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith will take up the chairmanship position. As part of the responsibilities, the ministry will be hosting the 26th meeting of the COFCOR on May 16 and 17 in Jamaica. This will be followed immediately by a meeting of the United Kingdom Caribbean Forum on May 18 and the inaugural Jamaica-UK Strategic Dialogue on May 19.
The 26th regular meeting will engage, therefore, on coordinating or seeking to coordinate regional positions on issues including candidatures, ministerial meetings which are upcoming, bilateral and bi-regional relations with extra-regional partners, the situation in Haiti, multilateral and hemispheric relations in the context of the UN, the OAS, the CELAC, and the Association of Caribbean States. We will also be treating with climate change and various matters related to, of course, climate action and climate financing.
Among the guests for the collective events are the State Minister of Foreign Affairs of Japan, Secretary of State from Spain, Secretary General of CARICOM, and Foreign Secretary of the United Kingdom. And finally, the Ministry of Agriculture is welcoming the expected increase in the supply of baby chickens to small poultry farmers with the expansion of the Jamaica Best Dressed Chicken Hatchery. Local farmers account for 30% of the country's poultry meat production. The expanded facility, which was officially opened last week, will increase its capacity for hatching and table eggs by 70%. Agriculture Minister Pernell Charles Jr. says this will give the country a competitive advantage when dealing with market volatility. During his tour of the Jamaica Best Dressed Chicken Hatchery, the minister hailed the growth as another positive milestone for Jamaica.
As a vertically integrated organization, we want to just continue to encourage Jamaica broilers to be the kind of constructive citizen that you have been in this country. We want to continue to encourage you to be committed to the partnership with the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries.
According to CEO of the Jamaica Broilers Group, Christopher Levy, the company invested approximately $200 million in the expansion of the plant.
This investment is a state-of-the-art hatchery. The equipment is amazing, and we're very excited to see the results out of it. But more than anything, this is an investment in the small farmers of our country.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.